Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Hobbymate Meteor. Now this model has been sent by Hobby Cool and it's a company that I'm really starting to like actually. And I think this is going to be a really easy review because I previously reviewed their Comet and it was absolutely fantastic. And if you go for the kit version, it's $179, which I think is an absolute bargain. And it has got the stack in here, which I recommended for my cheap freestyle build. So we have got the Typhoon 32-bit ESCs, which are basically the Teco 32 ESCs. We have got the copper shielding on there. They do full telemetry and they take up to a 6S. By the way, you can get the 6S version or the 4S version of both of these. And then we have got the Airbot F4 flight controller. It's got a 8-volt out for the VTX, and then we have got the iFlight iForce VTX, which is a switching VTX. It's smart audio and it goes up to 600 milliwatt. Now, this one is a little bit more expensive than this one, and I think that is because, well, the motors are different. So these ones here, they are a 2305 2500 kV motor, and these ones are a 2306 2750 kV motor. But not only that, this was the bind and fly version, so it comes with an XM Plus. They have sent this time the RXSR version, so I can do full telemetry, Lua scripts, the lot. So yeah, and the quality of the build of this is just fantastic. Now, for some reason, they don't provide props in the package. I guess, you know, they see props as a disposable item. I mean, you know, they don't include batteries in packages, so why props, I guess, and you can choose your own props. But I am going to be mean to this one because it has got these hefty motors, so I'm going for the Gem Fan. They are the 5152, so yeah, it's really going to be heavy on the amps, and I think these are 35 amp ESCs. It should be fine with it. It comes with the Foxeer Lollipop antenna out of the back, and as you can see, there is no low ESR capacitor because it doesn't need it, because there is just so much filtering already on the ESCs, and I got great video feed out of this, which is why I recommended it if you can spend the extra cash for the freestyle build. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the fact that they have reversed the VTX, which has an MMCX connector, by the way. But what that means is all of the components with the RF shield there are facing downwards. And the RF shield is there for a reason. It's to stop electrical noise reaching through to the VTX, and that will give video noise. I think the reason that they have reversed it is because I complained that the XM Plus was down here and you really had to struggle to bind it, and there wasn't enough room for it up here, so they've flipped the board. So that's really the only reason I can see there being an issue. Other than that, we have got the Foxeer Arrow Micro up the front there, and this one is a little bit heavier than this guy as well. I guess it's because of all of this aluminum or aluminium, depending on your persuasion. This time they have provided a battery strap, and we have a nice silicone mat, and I think it's going to fly great. We've got some soft mounting here, however, you can see that the stack does not go through the arms. And frame designers, if you are listening to this, there are a lot of frames out there where the arms connect with a screw to the stack, and that means that vibrations from the motors reach the stack, whereas here you can see it is on this plate. Just gives it a little bit more separation, and I think it's going to fly brilliantly. Now sadly it wasn't set up very well in Betaflight. Now it had smart audio set up, it had smart port set up correctly and ESC telemetry, but I didn't like how they had the on-screen display, so I've moved that around a little bit. It didn't have air mode and it just had stock PIDs and stock rates, so I've changed all of those as well. I really like how they put the antennas on the arms here. It just oozes quality, this, and I think the price is really decent. Another thing that I had to do was adjust the scaling for the voltage that was out just a little bit. I think I set it to 108 to get it most accurate, and then the current meter is done through the ESCs, so we'll have to see how accurate that is. Now it doesn't come with a battery, but with this being a amp hungry beast with these props and motors, it's going to have to be a 1550 milliamp battery. A 1300 is just going to sag like crazy. So just to show you, I have set up Lua script, so if I long press the page button, you can see that I've got all of my PIDs there, so all of that is working nicely. And I think another nice touch as well is they set the VTX to 25 milliwatts out of the box, so when you are setting everything up, it's not set to its highest level, so it's not gonna fry or anything like that, but it's probably got temperature protection anyway because it's a really decent VTX, this one. Alrighty, let's take a look at some DVR footage, and as you can see, squeaky clean video from this one, just as I expected. I'm going for a speed run because I make sure there's no people around when I do that, and 100 mile per hour straight away. We have got 25 mile per hour gusting winds today. It's been like that for about 4 weeks, so for it to still reach 100 mile per hour is amazing. By the way, just check out all the stuff I've put on the on-screen display because there are some new things to play with. We've got a G-force meter and we've also got a height meter because this thing's got a barometer as well. So let's check out the speed again. 106 mile per hour. That is the first time a 2.3 stator motor has managed to match the speed of the Emax Hawk 5. So yeah, it will be a pretty good racer, this one. I'm really impressed with this thing. You can see though that the speeds are inconsistent. That is because the wind is gusting and it is a crosswind as well. But I have to say, the build quality of this and just how it flies, it's just fantastic. 106 mile per hour there again. I wish they'd spend more time on the tune. Now, because it was so windy, I wasn't able to tell if the tune was great or not. I'll overlay the tune, but yeah, it needs a calmer day really. Now, I'm playing around with a G meter here, but it doesn't work in that way. I was trying to get it to show negative G, but it's around the corner. So look at this, 4G around the corners. You would not want to be on that. Well, I wouldn't anyways. I think I managed to get it to read 8G at some point. But, oh man, yeah, that's a lot of fun, isn't it? Really impressed with that. Yeah, the current meter seems to be accurate as well. And yeah, it is drawing some amps, and we can check that out on the speed run. So, you know, 124 amps there, but it quickly depletes as the battery sags. So maybe that's a reason to go for the 6S version, I don't know. But yeah, great for a racer, this one, and I flew it so many times because it was just so much fun. And it does have onboard audio, but I've cut it because it's so windy. All you can hear is the wind noise, so it needs like a muffler over the microphone, I think. But again, yeah, trying to play with the G meter there. It's a new little toy that we've got. I don't know how accurate it is, but oh yeah, it's a lot of fun to play around with. I'm trying to get negative G here. Anyways, I was having so much fun that I destroyed my battery, but yes, fantastic model. I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.